We continue in Shemonei Esrei. We're holding by the words Leman Shemonei. We're still in the first bracha. Leman Shemonei means for his own sake. That means talking specifically about the Geula, that the Rabbeinu Shalom brings the Geula, and the purpose of Geula, of course, is to bring us closer to the Rabbeinu Shalom. Obviously not for our sake, but it's for the Rabbeinu Shalom's sake, so that our lives will be ultimately, which is the ultimate goal, full of ruchnius. The Rabbeinu Shalom loves us and desperately wants a connection with us. Leman Shemonei in Shemonei Esrei means we are asking Rabbeinu Shalom for his sake, right? We want his glory and his honor to be revealed to the world, which of course was the purpose of all of creation. Ba'ahava. Ba'ahava means, of course, out of love. Everything the Rabbeinu Shalom does is, of course, out of love, and out of love he has for every single one of us. And that is the purpose for bringing the final redemption. Melech Oizer, the king who helps, who assists. The Rabbeinu Shalom doesn't do it all by himself. Rather, the person helps himself. But we admit that, of course, without the Rabbeinu Shalom's help, we do not stand a chance. The Rabbeinu Shalom saves us through many types of shlichim, many types of messages and agents that he sends. There are 4 levels of siyata d'shmaya that a person can actually receive. Melech, a king, in his own palace that it provides for everyone, no matter how far he is. Oiza is a helper that randomly approaches someone else for any assistance that they may need. Umoshia umogain. Umoshia umogain means the savior and the shield. Of course, Moshiach is the savior, Mogain is the shield. The next 2 levels are Moshiach, which is a savior, which means always close enough to realize when someone's in need. Mogain is a shield, that is someone who protects us from harm with no warning. And the reason we say them together in Shemonei Esrei, right, Moshiach or Mogain, is because the Rabbeinu Shalom helps people who are helpless, to those people that actually don't claim that they need help over there. Baruch Atah Hashem Mogain Avraham. By the way, a very important bracha to have kavanah. In fact, al pi halacha, if a person doesn't have kavanah during this bracha, it could be has to go back to the original. I don't know, we're not discussing halacha, this is not a halacha share, but it is a very important thing to note that having kavanah during this bracha is of vital importance to your Shemonei Esrei. Of understanding what you're saying, yeah, just a translation. Obviously, you can go deeper, you can. In fact, the way that the Gemara calls it, it's like a stamp on an envelope. You can have an envelope, you can have the address on it, you can put it in the post box, but if you don't have a stamp, it's not going to get anywhere. So the stamp that sends your tefillahs to the right place is the kavanah, of course, the entire Shemonei Esrei, but specifically this bracha. But what does Mogain Avram mean, and why are we specifically singling out Avram Avinu? Why don't we say Baruch Atah Hashem Mogain Avram Yitzchak v'Yaakov? After all, the whole bracha that we've been saying in the beginning was Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov. We've constantly been mentioning them, and all of a sudden over here. So the answer is that the Rabbeinu Shalom provided Avram Avinu specifically. He protected him from any spiritual harm when he had to deal with many of the trials and tribulations that Avram had to deal with, but specifically with Sodom, and when he protected him from, last week's parasha, the 5 kings. As the Rabbeinu Shalom told Avram, Al Tira, don't fear, you are completely shielded, and nothing can penetrate your armor. What an interesting idea to think about when we've got the army out there fighting for us over there, that we have to remember we have the shield of Avram. Of every single yid has that automatic shield in that case, and we call upon the Rabbeinu Shalom at this time, the shield of Avram, that we place ourselves under complete protection. No matter what's going on in the world, any trial and challenges that we face, and we remember as we travel towards the difficult road of the final redemption, we are not worried, we are not scared, because we want to merit that protection. That being that we are Avram Avinu's descendants, we are Avram's children, therefore we gain the same protection. So we are evoking Avram Avinu's protection by saying Baruch Atah Hashem Mogain Avram, and the Mitzvah Hashem next week we will be starting the Gavaldiga Bracha, which begins Tchias HaMesim Sugya. Join us then.